Hey, sweetie.
Mama May, how are you?
I love you. I'm wonderful, baby.
I
How
love
you
you
doing?
too. I'm
Thank you,
okay.
sweetie. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you for your patience. I truly appreciate your patience.
Of course, no problem.
Oh, sweetheart. Okay, baby. Anyway, I'm hoping that everything is going well on this end. All right, everything is going very well on this end, so that's a good thing. Okay.
Am I your first interview of the day?
Yes, you are, sweetie. It's just you and I today.
Okay.
It's just you and I today, and tomorrow we're going to film me. We decided to do that. So
Okay.
This is a wonderful thing. It gets to be you and I, and I'm just so happy, baby. So what I want to know is, as we step back in time,
yes,
and began to think about when we first met.
Yes.
It was one of the most awesome days of my life.
It was incredible.
It really was. And I am just so thankful for this opportunity to have this opportunity to go forward with telling the world about you, because you've been a great son in my life. You've been there for me. And I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I just want to be an inspiration to the whole wide world that you can be on a plane. You can be up in the sky and meet an incredible person like you.
Well, you've always been there for me too, Mama May. And I've had my own struggles, and your caring is just overwhelming and apparent every single day.
Great. Thank you, baby, for sweet words. And I really appreciate it, too. So, just want to begin with that day, May 12th, 2015. Delta's Flight 1483. Oh, my.
So, Mama May, I think it was earlier than that. Not 2015. That was only 7 years ago.
It's been 15 years, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Oh, my God. This reminds me of one of the good friends of mine says, boy, when you start going back in time, you start getting all proper, then you get it all wrong. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. You're absolutely right. So we'll say it was 15 years ago. For real.
For real.
Okay. And I just want to say, when they rolled me onto that plane and I was in that wheelchair,
mm-hmm.
It was just an incredible moment, that the thought that they were going to sit me in the middle seat, and here I was all broken.
Yes.
Here I had torn my hamstring and couldn't hardly walk, and yet I'm going to be seated in the middle seat.
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing that it was a divine order. Not realizing.
Yeah.
So all I can say is, if we just step back in time and think about that day.
Mm-hmm.
You like stepping back in time?
Why not?
I do too. Why not? I love it. Man, I think about, okay, now you were so sweet, just from the first time I met you. Now I'm sitting up there and I want to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the flight attendant has told me to put all the devices away, and now I can't get it. Once I put it away and they open up everything, I can't get it. I can't figure out how to reach it anymore. But then you the famous words to me. You opened up everything for me.
That's right. Well, my laptop was where we could get at it, and I offered that to you to watch your movie from. And the funny thing is, you never watched that movie, did you?
I did never watch that movie.
At least not on the flight.
We talked and talked and talked,
right.
you know, and we just never did have the opportunity to watch that movie. I was telling you, I had a magazine with me, and I wanted to talk to you about Tyler Perry. I was telling you about on that front cover, Tyler Perry was on that cover with by an airplane, and I was explaining to you how he had some lows and had risen to the top.
Absolutely.
And then I had a letter with me. I said, you know, I wrote this letter to Tyler Perry. I said, and I was just, I don't know, a force made me bring that letter, and I began to read that letter to you, and you had an understanding about my children were all in trouble.
Right.
And when I told you I had 3 sons, you were like, oh, wow. I said, instead of those are twins. And then you began to tell me you had twin sisters and you were a son.
That's exactly right. And then we talk about your Virgil, whose birthday is almost the same day as mine.
It sure is. His birthday is October 25th and you October 28th.
That's right.
And what I thought was so beautiful, too, was you have a loving mother. I am a loving mother. You had twin sisters. And you were that beautiful son. So your mom had 3 children.
Did I tell you I was the beautiful son, or do you just assume that, Mama May?
I know you are that beautiful son. Oh, wow. Well, we had a very interesting flight when we met that young lady, Kara, and that baby.
You know, just thinking about it makes me have goosebumps again. It was pretty incredible when you mentioned. I've told you what my sisters Barbara and Brenda. We asked their names, and I asked you your son's names, and you didn't say a last name. You just said it was Van, and oh my gosh, Mama May, I'm forgetting.
Well, you know what? In the book, I named them Vaughn, Victor, and Verdale. So,
right, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you mentioned their names, and Kara said, "Did you just say?"
Right, Vaughn? She says.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." I did. And that baby pinched me. I said, "Girl," I said, "you better take a hold of your baby." Your baby just pinched me, you know. And she said, "I'm sorry." She was like, "Stop it. Don't do that," you know.
Right.
And then she said, "Well, I'm not really trying to listen to you and the gentleman." She said, "But I heard you mention that you have twins." And I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "You probably saw them on Showtime at the Apollo or Ricky Lake show or somewhere, you know."
Right.
And she said, "No, I've never seen them before." I said, "Oh." I said, "Well, I don't know." She said, "Well, you know, this baby, say, his father," but she said, "I just know that couldn't be. It just couldn't be." I said, "Well, what is it?" And the baby, he put his mouth down on my hand then, blowing bubbles. Like, I'm like, "Oh, girl," I said, "This baby spit on me." You and I both, you looking, what's wrong with the baby? I said, "I don't know what's wrong with this baby." I'm like, "They better get this baby together because this baby about to drive me out this seat in a minute." And so she says, but his father, this Vaughn that I know, has his name is Tristan. Vaughn has a son named Tristan. And that's when I really straightened up, you know.
Yeah.
And by that time, the baby had me in the collar. He had to pull my dress. I had one of those real slinky, stretchy dresses on.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby pulled that down, and she said, I said, Tristan. I said, oh, my God. And his father named Vaughn? She said, yes. So I said, girl, that's my grandson. And you laughing at me. They say his dang Vaughn, and she said, "Oh, she just cried. Was crying like, "Wrong with this baby got this big great who you turn."
My about every word is now it's your mind.
Word. Always when sometimes gotta get inside of it, but you know what? We're unstoppable, baby. They call us the unstoppable people, you and I. Okay.
and I'm hearing you perfectly now, so good.
Oh God, Jim, I love you. You see. So anyway, as we carried on up there, you know, figuring out this baby is my great grandbaby, I recall just reaching for the baby, and that baby just come right over to me, didn't he?
Oh, he was in love from the moment you two held each other. Really, it was something to see. It really was.
Oh my God! And the people started hollering. They was like, oh, fate's working up here.
What were the chances? I mean, it was fate. It was just incredible. I was just the middleman in this situation. It was our conversation that allowed everything to come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very touching moment.
I wish we had gotten the name of the flight attendant.
I do too. I remember, I don't know if you can search through your emails. I remember you wrote a letter to Delta. I
did. I might still have, I don't remember what email account I had at the time, but I could try.
Yeah. Because it was Delta's flight 1483. And, you know, and you was like, oh, you said, this has been a very spiritual moment for me.
Absolutely.
Very spiritual moment.
Yeah, just the chances of all of that are millions to one.
It is just incredible. What are chances? You know, especially the baby was just 11 months old.
Right.
And he knew me?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And, you know, what I recall the most was the plane had just nosed up and hit the clouds. And God went to working. That's
the truth. It was just an incredible flight. I'll never forget that day for sure.
No, will I.
Yeah.
And you and I, and then so you see, with that little faith that you had, I stated that day. I said, "Oh, you got that mustard seed faith." I said, "You know what? When you land, look at a tree out there. It was the mustard seed that grew that tree. You know." And so I remember you said, I'm going to have to get a hold of you. Knew a movie star that ain't movie.
No. Well, yes, but you
knew a friend. You knew a friend, right?
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, unfortunately, because it never went anywhere. But I have a cousin who was very close to Stephen King, who's mostly a novelist, horror books, but a lot of those horror stories are made into movies, right? And I had met him a time or two. We certainly weren't close. And my cousin and he are really not close anymore and haven't been in a very long time either. But yeah, that was the beginning of trying to help you get your story out.
That was beautiful.
From my side. I mean, you had already started trying with Tyler Perry and other folks. So here we are.
That's true. And every time I tried to reach Tyler Perry's office, no one would let me through. Mm-hmm. I remember Miss Donaldson, she just told me right out. She said, he doesn't do other people's stories. He said the people sued him in the past, and he just stopped doing it, And so she said, ma'am, just keep pursuing other ways, And so that's what we were going to do. That's what I was going to do. Here it is 15 years later, and, hey, Mama May's still trying. Still trying.
Yes, indeed.
And you know what? You're still hanging in there with me, too.
You have an incredible story, and it really should be heard. You've written the book.
Yes.
I've read it a couple of times. It's been a while since the last time I read it. It might be time to read it again. But your story is amazing. Certainly Our Flight is an incredible story, but the entire book is full of incredible stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. And yes, Our Flight is an incredible story. And it brings hope to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know, going all the way to the top.
Of course.
Well, sweetheart, I don't want to hold you up any longer, but I just want to say again, thank you for being that beautiful son in my life. I tell everybody, I said, I don't care what holiday it is, my sonny Jim is going to send a present. I don't care. I've got the little trinkets. I've got that little man hanging on the log that say, be patient. I've got that sitting right by my record player.
There. I love that.
I have everything that you have ever sent me. I have it. And I just want to thank you. And I want to tell everybody how magnificent it has been. I can't thank God enough for allowing me to meet one of his best people that he have created on the planet. So that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me, Mama May, and I am so thankful for you and everything that you've done for me all these years. You call me, and sometimes I don't get right back to you, but you don't get too upset with me, and eventually here we are talking again like no time has passed. So that's a beautiful thing. It is, and I never get upset with you, sweetheart. Never.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just like when I said to you, I hope you don't get disappointed in me. You said, Mama May, I don't care what it is you might do. I would never be disappointed in you.
That's exactly right.
That touched my heart.
Exactly right. You're a beautiful human being, Mama May, so thank you.
And you're welcome. And I want you to know that my godson, Ronnie McPherson, and my goddaughter, Cassidra Poole, she's the interviewer, and Roland Hutchinson, we're all here together. And each one of them told me to make certain that I tell you that they look forward to meeting you in the nearest future.
I would love that. And hopefully I'll do that soon. You will, because my godson Ronnie was thinking about flying you out. His wife is a flight attendant. He was like, I'll just fly him out. And he was like, why don't he was like, let us fly up to Maine, So just any given time, we all are going to get together. I just know God's going to take this project to the top. So, baby, I don't want to take up any more of your time. And once again, I say thank you. And it's been my plum pleasing pleasure, baby, to hang out with you. Okay. Thank you, Mama May. Have a wonderful evening, and we will talk soon. You better know it. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. All right. I love you, too. Bye-bye. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.